Hello everyone, my name is George. Today I'll be doing a YouTube video on this quick labs titled Optimizing Network Spend with Network Tiers. Okay, so as usual, we just need to right click on this button, open the lab in a new private session, a private window. Okay, all right, so we will log in with the credentials provided or associated with with the guards program, the one you use to sign up in plural site, of course, which is still the same with that used for the guards program. Don't use any other email except that particular email. Okay, so pre-warning, my network is a bit down, so my labs wouldn't be lab actions may be delayed a bit. Okay, so this lab should last for 1 hour, and of course we're taking a total score of 10. And of course you can see the arrow isn't showing up because my network hasn't finished loading. Okay, it's loaded now. So if you have issues while you step through the steps, you click here and a pop-up window will tell you what exactly the problem is. Okay, so first of all, you need to look at the overview. In this lab, you create one VM in premium network service tier default and one VM in the standard network service tier. Then you compare the latency and network paths for each VM instance. With network service tiers, Google Cloud enables you to optimize your cloud network for performance by choosing the premium tier or for cost with the new standard tier. Okay, so you just read through the documentation. It shows you the path that is usually taken or will be taken by your network packets depending on whether you choose premium or you chose standard tier. Okay, so the objectives here is of course create two VMs using different network tiers and then explore the latency. So let's quickly begin. We'll click here to start the lab and then click here to open the console. We select our email from there. All right, so we put that here, and of course we click next, come up here, take the password, go back, put that in and click next. Okay, so we will jump through several windows. We accept this, and then we confirm. No need to update. The email doesn't belong to you, so updating that email is irrelevant and unnecessary. Okay, so we confirm. Okay, let's give it a few seconds and let's the console come up. Then we'll do one more click on the console before it will move into the lab proper. Okay, while that is coming up, let's quickly scroll through. Okay, so we are to create two VMs, one using the premium tier and the other using standard tier. Okay, so the first one will be called this. We'll click on network, and then of course in here we'll okay, of course the default is that the network tier is set to premium, but in the second case we will have to do that to be sure to set it to standard. All right, okay, so I click here and then click here. All right, right, so let's begin by creating the premium tier instance. We'll be using one CPU, N1 standard 1. Okay, so we will go to Compute Engine, VM instances. Okay, you could also do this from the command line, and my advice is after you do this lab, take your time to run the same commands on your command line, at least to get a good understanding of how it should be done. Okay. Sorry, my network is a bit slow, so uh, things might not work as fast as we would expect. Okay, so just we choose zone C, US Central 1, and then of course the machine type. All right, so we'll click here. Sorry, network is poor, quite poor. It's taking longer than usual. All right, so let's remove this name, put that. Let's go down and make sure the machine type is okay. It's this, 2 CPUs. Okay, things have changed. 2 CPUs, 2 CPUs. As you can see, things have changed. We could change the machine series to N. Of course, let's see whether N will give us the options to pick. Okay, you see we now have a minimum of 2 CPUs and no one is no more available, so you can still leave it here. It doesn't really matter. We can still do what we need to do. N1, let's check this one out. Okay, that's it. So we use N1 series. It's older type, so we use that one, and then we'll click here to check and be sure which of the network types, service types we are using. Okay, so let's go in here and check that out. Okay, where is that? Where can that be found? Okay, so we're using premium. Let me zoom in a bit. All right, so we're using premium. Okay, so we're good to go. So click this one. Okay, so it says a network service type. Maybe we will be able to see if we can create okay, so what's the next one? The name of the VM is VM standard. We'll copy that, and of course we set the machine types is the same. Oh, we didn't pick the zone C. We might have issues there, but we'll change that, don't worry. Let's create the other one. Let's create the other one, and then we will check to see if it picked zone C as a default when we're creating the first one. If it didn't, then we need to change that, or we will not get the full score for what we expect to get. Okay, all right, so we'll be checking on VMs if they have been created successfully, so we need to be sure we pick the right zone. Okay, my apologies again, my network is a bit slow. It's been slow this weekend. Okay, all right, so let me remove that, put that in there. go down, pick the N series, okay, and go down and change the network. Let's not rush off. Okay, C, picked C by default, so we might be in luck. Let's hit this one, go to network, come down here and change this to standard, okay, and then create. Okay, so we should be in luck. Let's check to see. Oh, zone C, so we're in luck. All right, so if we hit here, all right, so we're done with that. Next task is to explore the latency and the network. Oh, sorry, let me bring that up. Let me bring that up a bit. Okay, explore the latency for each VM instance. Explore the latency from a third-party service in Europe to your VM instance in the US Central C zone. Latency is defined as the round trip time, RTT, or the time network packets take to get from one host to the other and back. Lower latency improves user experience. Okay, so lower latency improves user experience and also improves transfer speeds. Which network service tier should provide lower latency? It should be premium. Okay, all right, so in this lab you use HTTPS to demonstrate. HTTPS ping.eu/ping to demonstrate the latency a user in Europe might experience when accessing your server in US Central 1C zone. Open a new tab and go to this IP URL. Okay, so I will just right click on this and open in a new tab, of course, and then enter the premium IP address and hit go. So let's get the premium IP address, the external one. Oh, sorry. Okay, sorry, let me get rid of this and then we'll copy the clipboard, come in here and okay, put that in there. Okay, and then copy, of course, write out what is written there. BEZR, think, yeah. Okay, and then go. All right, so it's going, and it's returned. So packets transmitted 4, received 4, packet loss 0, time 3000 milliseconds. Okay, minimum is 112 milliseconds, average is 113, max is 113. All right, so okay, so we've done that. The output should look something similar to this, of course. Okay, now enter that for the standard tier and let's see the difference. Hit that to copy that, and then you could copy this somewhere. Let me do that. Let me bring up my editor, and then all right, so let me copy that one, copy, and then paste that in there. All right, so we'll use that to compare and then go back here, pick this one up for the standard tier, come back, go to the top, put that in there, and then of course enter the letters we see. So that's a G, Z, G, D, and then we hit go. All right, so let's see what happens. Oh, okay, so we copy this out, copy, and then we paste it in here. Okay, you clearly see the difference because this the average is 126 milliseconds for the standard tier, but it is 113. Okay, and the MDiv is significantly different. Okay, that of the premium is far lower than that of the standard. Okay, so all right, so okay, this is a very basic test. Passing real replication traffic is always the best indicator of latency and performance. You can examine Google Cloud blog on network service tiers. Okay, so all right. Okay, so therefore the premium tier VM has 5% lower latency than that of the standard tier. Okay, so explore the network path between a third-party service in Europe and your VM instances in the US Central C zone using traceroute. Traceroute shows all layer 3 routing layer hops between hosts. Therefore, it can illustrate a network path. Which network service tier should have fewer hops on the public internet? That should be premium. Okay, so in this lab, you use ping.eu trace routes to visualize a network traffic path that traffic from a user in Europe might take when accessing your server. A trace route is also available on Linux systems, so you could simply run it from your computer to see how it goes. Okay, so let's open this in a new tab and then take the IP address of the premium first. So I can close ping trace routes. Okay, sorry, let me open that again. Okay, trace routes, open a new tab. Okay, and then we enter the IP address. Okay, paste that one. Let me come up here. Is it 36? No, it's not. So we're making a mistake here. Let's click on that, come back up here and put that in there. All right, so we put the letters that are written on the screen. So let me bring this in a bit. Let me zoom in. All right, so we have M. Okay, we have MKKMG. All right, so we hit enter and we watch. Okay, all right, so that's 6 hops and okay, so 8 hops for that of premium, assuming we reached a firewall. Okay, so 8 hops. Let's do for standard and see how many hops we would have to jump through. Okay, so let's do that one. So premium was 8. This one is even it's already beyond 8. Okay, 14 hops for the standard, so it definitely takes more time to go around. Okay, all right. Now the example output, the traffic destined for the standard tier VM reach Google Cloud's network after the 12th hop. Okay, all right, so let's check that out. Okay, ours is after the 9th hop. Okay, so yours might be a bit different depending on where you're doing this. Okay, so the IP address on the hop 11 is listed in Chicago, USA, which has an edge point. Okay, so that's Chicago. I'm assuming it's this. Let's check that one out. Okay, Chicago. Okay, all right. This demonstrates that premium network tier traffic enters the Google Cloud network much closer to the user than standard network tiers. Okay, so that's basically how it is. It's very simple lab. to check the network latencies between the different network service tiers available on GCP. All right, so after that, you just close this windows and of course stop the lab, leave the rating, and then submit the lab. Okay, thank you for watching, and please kindly leave your likes.